And we are underway in front of a rowdy, fully entered
for this game.
Here's May. Rebound Williams. On three from Hodge. It is there. The lineup 14 games ago. On the break, a foul, and this will put Noah Ross at the line, a 4-year Seahawks.
And really just poor play against Yale, that they kind of dug themselves out of the hole in the second against Yale, and just how to keep his team fresh. But I don't think there's a problem with that tonight. They look, Deontay Jones, that's not really his game. He's more of an inside player, but go to Wessler inside and quick.
Usual cast of characters in the
night to make his post moves.
UNC Wilmington trailed 9-0 in the first round, off to a 7-0 lead as the three sputters off by Hodge.
Not sure how they missed that.
Pull up from the elbow, banks in for Jayon's uptick in his production in the postseason for the Flyers. Launches a three, trailing, and he swishes it in.
Right.
Threes this season and shoots 36% from deep. Deep in the timer. Ross looking for an angle, scoops it in.
He's very active.
3 minutes in. Block out of bounds. Spiked away by Christian May. Record with 26 regular season wins. Hodge, pocket pass down low, and an easy one at the rim for Mabor.
Well, Mabor
on the hardwood. 6-point lead early for the Seahawks here at home, and a foul against Madison Durr, the 7-footer Latal. Fuels the break. Oh, underneath, reverse, trickles in.
That's
nice move by her. 11 points and 8 rebounds in that opening round win against Bradford. Underneath, power dribble and a foul, and Mabor will toe the
five, and they're trying to get some mismatches through switching, and they're hunting these switches. And
Anthony Grant in his 9th season at Dayton, 5 straight 20-win campaigns. He played at Dayton, was a 3-year Durcat. Left it short, rebound, ball's on the floor. And a jump ball, and the arrow will score, averaging over 18 in his last 10. Third circles baseline, tough angle, it bounces out.
And it's in this building. You can see why the energy is at a high level.
They lob it inside. Wessler's out there, and he banks it. They dump it back inside, and Wessler is a real problem on the interior for the Flyers. They commit a pass inside, gets it back, can't score it. Hodge, third bite at the apple, and he's headed to the foul line. And Hodge is the leading scorer on this team with just a hair below 15 points per game.
They're just great trio of guys that can play in a lot of different spots. Court press, try to slow them down, and they will try to trap Bennett if he drives the ball to the sideline.
Jetting baseline underneath, acrobatic move for We'll see if that can get the Dayton offense on track. Wessler one-on-one in the post. Pretty move, tosses it in with the left. May looking to back down his man, up and under. Bounces in. Down in the second half. Deep in the shot clock, Montgomery has to hoist, and he delivers a three. He is a sniper. May against Bennett. Takes it into the lane. No whistle. Bulldozes it in.
Oh, that's a good trap.
Toss it up the sideline to Ross. Wessler comes down on 2 feet. Can barely get off the floor. Somehow finishes.
Very happy, but he is feeling it tonight.
Largest lead of the game for UNC Wilmington is short-lived. Another Montgomery dead on.
Starting to get Montgomery open on that wing.
Hodge short on the counter. Long rebound. Montgomery's 1-on-3 to the rack with the Euro step. And he does 19 points as a team. Hodge rises up and connects.
Well, Hodge, quick release. It's hard to get up and contest.
Bennett pulls the trigger. His three is down.
Well, that's where Bennett is at his best. He gets you.
Jones, 10 to shoot. They launch a three from the wing, and Connor connects his 19th three. UNC Wilmington hasn't scored in almost 3 minutes, but Christian May ends the drought.
Who's in his way? He finds a way.
He's got 6 in the early going. Will they count that? Latong.
Good job with him. And here, Connor, interesting bigs. Ball movement, good spacing. They're attacking the pressure better.
Bennett gets in deep and he scoops it in. They just grabbed their first lead of the game on their last offensive possession. Slip screen and a whistle and a foul called. Durr attacks on Simon, +1.
Amazing with those numbers that he only plays 22 minutes per game, but when he's in there, he is a little soft pressure just to take some time off the clock, still paying attention to Bennett.
Montgomery, lob, and Jones with the throwdown. And team is Bennett's 3 misfires, but they're winning on the glass tonight, +7, 16-9. On the break, Durr, another, and
is on the perimeter.
Williams gives it up. May finds an alley, lost it underneath. Loose ball.
Smaller, he's gone with the 2 bigs at times, and he's pressed them, and their defense has been outstanding.
Montgomery with the interception like a safety drifting into coverage.
Off the dribble, but he shows you the ball, the head and ball fake, and he's great at that, and then getting his way.
For the season. Splits the pair. Dayton leads by 2 with a half with 4. Pacing well below his season average. Montgomery rises up and he continues the hot night shooting the basketball.
He's an amazing.
They draw up a play for the big. Kicks it out. A clean look from the top, and Simon hits the dot. It's a 3.
Very comfortable.
The rebuttal off the mark from the corner. Offensive rebound. Ross charges in and capitalizes.
Just outwork.
Crack from downtown. Wilmington just 1 for 7. 8 to shoot. Pocket pass. Bouncing back door. And Jones punctures. Latang has a guard on him. The 7-footer trying to back him down, and he's shoved in the back and fouled. It goes against Ross.
Just that secondary break, just floating the ball. If Montgomery's in your neighborhood, you have to be aware. You cannot do that.
It's his 3rd steal. Latong underneath. Thought he was shoved. Latong loses his balance. On the perimeter, Simon has to get it off. And a shot clock violation.
Well, that time,
they are 1 for 8 from distance. Jones hits the cutter. Simon lays it home. Dayton by 11.
Their offense with only 12 on the shot clock.
Durr banging with Montgomery. Can't squeeze it around him. And it was stay. Jones, Dayton with another steal. Jones with the fly-in. Follow Hurd and 1. Dayton is rolling. It's a 14-2 extended run over the last 5 minutes for the Flyers. They dump it into Wessler, and he's fouled. Got off to a...
Up into the dribbler. They're denying on the wings, and UNCW is very uncomfortable.
We had a good 9-8 matchup with Syracuse, the 9 seed, taking down Audie Crooks. 7 to shoot for Dayton. Bennett at the point. Can't squeeze it around his defender. Out of bounds.
The pressure down from the perimeter and attack into the lane.
Shot clock violation.
Also dug down from the weak side with Durkat.
Underneath, reverse is in. Bryce Hurd has provided a lift. The sophomore 6th in this second half.
UNCW's got to turn and attack this pressure and go to score.
A block underneath. Out of bounds, stays with Dayton on the... Williams. Step through. Wessler, offensive rebound. In traffic, powers it in.
UNCW just needs a couple threes just to gain their confidence and loosen this defense up, and that's not helpful, obviously. Just not a...
Connor with the dunk. The winner will get the winner of Wake Forest and Illinois State tomorrow as Greedy Williams 9th offensive board for the Flyers. Bennett, stop and start. He's headed to the line to shoot a pass.
Put the ball on the floor.
Durr thunders in, powers it through.
Durr was able to do that. As good a possession as UNCW has had this half because of good spacing.
A three is in. Bryce Hurd.
Anthony Grant had to develop a bench with some of the injuries in the middle of the season, and it's paying off right now.
Wessler collects over the top. Durkat flies in for the rebound. Look at the effort. And a foul in the midst of the sky.
On the glass, and they've more than done that.
They've battled injuries all season long. Finally got healthy in early February as Green Williams powers NCAA tournament. Bennett with the lob and a flush. Keontae Jones
knows how to attack, and what UNCW has to do against their pressure. Good answer from Williams. Tapping press, but just enough to make UNC feel it.
Durr corkscrews into the lane, tosses it in.
Good job.
Score for the Seahawks tonight off the bench. Latong, 2-on-1. Quick hands by Wessler. Dayton is +8 on the glass. That was a huge key coming in. Off a screen, a three. Latong has Durr, the guard on him, goes right up over.
Got the 2 7-footers.
You can see why they upset St. Louis in the conference tournament. Underneath, Montgomery shivers it in.
Adjust to, with their in-game adjustments, just to be able to do different things. And here UNCW is trying to put on a last rush.
Smart foul. Williams has the big on him. Dashing baseline, a double-fisted dunk for Christian May. And Ross have played 99 career games under Coach Siddle as the layup doesn't hit the floor.
He has to do so much with the ball in his hands, and then defensively he attacks as well, and he just looks like he can go forever, just like his backs.
Dayton in control. Ross stashes baseline.
And special.
They were 14th in the A-10 in the regular season in rebounds per game as Durkat banks in a triple. Two guys tied a program record for wins in their career as a three splashes home for Malcolm Thomas. Largest of the night. Smith, long range three, swirls off. From the corner, no. Wouldn't go.
This team is going to continue to be dangerous in this tournament.
Dayton advances to their first NIT quarterfinal. And they have not lost to anybody not named